Don't be stupid. The U.S. economy actually lost 2.5 million jobs last month. Michael Snyder reports, I can't take it anymore. Fake numbers that are released by the government get turned into fake news by the corporate media, and many Americans don't even realize that they are being conned. Major news outlets all over the country are breathlessly trumpeting the blockbuster jobs report as if it's a sign from heaven the good economic times are ahead. We're being told that the U.S. economy added 517,000 jobs last month, but that is not true. Sadly, the truth is that the U.S. economy actually lost 2.5 billion jobs in January. Yes, you read that correctly. So how in the world does the loss of 2.5 million jobs become a gain of 517,000 jobs? Every month, government bureaucrats apply adjustments to the numbers that they believe are appropriate, and at this point their adjustments have become so absurd that they've turned the monthly employment report into a total farce. As I have been documenting on my website for weeks, there has been a tremendous wave of layoffs over the last several months. Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Apple, Facebook, Lyft, Twitter, Walmart, McDonald's, FedEx, and countless other large corporations have decided to conduct mass layoffs. But now the government expects us to believe that the U.S. economy is actually adding jobs at a very brisk pace. That does not make any sense at all. Unfortunately, the corporate media is totally buying it. For example, CNBC just posted an article that described the jobs report as stunningly strong, reporting the employment picture started off 2023 on a stunningly strong note, with non-farm payrolls posting their biggest gain since July 2022. Non-farm payrolls increased by 517,000 for January, above the Dow Jones estimate of 187,000 and December's gain of 260,000, according to a Labor Department report Friday. And CNN article has quoted one expert as saying that the labor market is more like a bullet train. With 517,000 new jobs added in January 2023 and the unemployment rate at 3.4%, this is a blockbuster report demonstrating that the labor market is more like a bullet train, Becky Frankwitz, President and Chief Commercial Officer of Manpower Group, said on Friday. Really? After all of the layoffs that we've witnessed in recent months, does she really believe that? Not to be outdone, Moody's chief economist Mark Zandi boldly declared that any concerns about a coming recession should be completely dashed by these numbers. The January jobs report should dash concerns of recession, Moody's chief economist said Friday, but warned that the numbers may overstate job growth. Any concern the economy is in recession or close to recession should be completely dashed by these numbers, Moody's chief economist Mark Zandi told CNN's Matt Egan on Friday, adding that it would take an awful lot to send the U.S. economy into a downturn. Come on, man. You are smarter than that. The U.S. economy did not add 517,000 jobs last month. That is just the adjusted number. The unadjusted number actually shows that the U.S. economy lost 2.5 million jobs last month. The following comes from Bloomberg. For the establishment survey, the government's updated seasonal factors may have impacted the headline payrolls figure. On an unadjusted basis, payrolls actually fell by 2.5 million last month. That's actually what was measured. But if you brazenly add more than 3 million jobs to the report that simply do not exist, it makes it look like the U.S. economy is doing just great. Needless to say, Joe Biden was quite eager to take credit for the spectacular jobs report, and he also told reporters that he takes no responsibility for the raging inflation crisis that we're currently experiencing. He replied with an emphatic no when asked if he took any accountability for the price rises under his presidency. It was already there when I got here, man, he said. Remember what the economy was like when I got here? Jobs were hemorrhaging, inflation was rising. We weren't manufacturing the damn thing here. We were in real economic difficulty, Biden said. Inflation in January 2021 when Biden took office was 1.4%. The latest December figures are 6.5%, down from a June 2022 peak of 9%. For the next month, the Biden administration is going to endlessly boast that 517,000 jobs were added to the economy in January, and most Americans will never even know what it is, and that it is a number that is entirely fictional. The cold, hard reality of the matter is that economic activity is slowing down all around us, and many people are starting to become quite desperate. Video out of Austin, Texas shows desperate people climbing into supermarket dumpsters to retrieve food that may have been discarded due to a widespread power outage. The shocking footage Thursday from behind an H-E-B grocery store in southeast Austin featured people having a free-for-all from dumpsters in what one commentator on Instagram described as a dystopian hellscape. From now on, I really wish that the government would only release the raw, unadjusted employment numbers to the corporate media, because there is way too much guesswork that goes into the adjustments that the government bureaucrats are coming up with. But that is never going to happen. Every month they're just going to continue to tell us that things are better than they really are. At least that will give me something to write about. If anyone tries to shove the 517,000 jobs number in your face, please share this article with them. That figure does not reflect reality in any way. The raw numbers show 2.5 million jobs were actually lost last month, and that is absolutely horrible. And as I continue to warn my readers, incredibly challenging economic times are on the horizon. More layoffs are coming, the housing market is going to continue to crash, and global food shortages are going to continue to intensify. So don't let anyone fool you. We really are plunging into a very serious economic downturn, and the months ahead are not going to be pleasant. It's finally here. Michael Snyder's new book entitled End Times is now available in paperback and for Kindle on Amazon. About the author, my name is Michael, and my brand new book entitled End Times is now available on Amazon. In addition to my new book, I've written 6 other books that are available on Amazon, including 7-Year Apocalypse, Lost Prophecies of the Future of America, The Beginning of the End, and Living a Life That Really Matters. When you purchase any of these books, you help to support the work that I'm doing, and one way that you can really help is by sending copies as gifts to family and friends. Time is short, and I need help getting these warnings into the hands of as many people as possible. I've published thousands of articles on the Economic Collapse blog, End of the American Dream, and The Most Important News. And the articles that I publish on those sites are republished on dozens of other prominent websites all over the globe. I always freely and happily allow others to republish my articles on their own websites, but I also ask that they include this About the Author section with each article. The material contained in this article is for general information purposes only, and readers should consult licensed professionals before making any legal, business, financial, or health decisions. I encourage you to follow me on social media, Facebook and Twitter. In any way that you can share these articles with others is definitely a great help. These are such troubled times, and people need hope. John 3:16 tells us about the hope that God has given us through Jesus Christ. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. If you have not already done so, I strongly urge you to invite Jesus Christ to be your Lord and Savior today. And this is by Michael Snyder on the Economic Collapse blog. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box